Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel where we are going to do another design team project for Not Too Shabby. There is coupon code Mary10 for 10% off your order. And we are going to be playing with Darcie's Decorate Christmas stamp set. I just love Darcie stamp sets. They are so cute. I have not been disappointed yet. So let me show you what I got in my little haul here. I got this adorable little tag that Jamie made us. And it is from the Not Too Shabby release, and this one's called Snow Day. So cute. Little snowballs. Thank you so much, Jamie, for that. And then I have the Decorate Christmas. Here is this stamp set from Darcie's. Cute little precious Christmas tree and a little birdie. And there's also a thanks sentiment in there for a helping hand. And then the Bam Pow from Darcie's as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun to play with. My son is enamored with Batman. What child isn't? I don't know. What grown man isn't? I don't know. All right, so now we're going to move into getting our cards started here. So I decided that I wanted to make a flatter card, and so I'm going to be placing my images straight down onto the cardstock that I will be coloring. There will be no cutting out of these images, and I've placed them how I want them. So I didn't have to do any masking for this because it just looks as if the bird is hovering over the tree. And that's where that thanks for lending a helping hand sentiment comes in, as if the bird is helping decorate the tree. I am going to use this as a Decorate Christmas sentiment though. So here's my Spectrum Noir chart. If you're interested in this Spectrum Noir chart, I'll link my Facebook below, and then I'm going to try to link that on my Facebook. But all else fails, you can email me and I can get you that blank hex chart or Spectrum Noir chart to you. It's helpful because the caps don't always match the ink. So you can kind of get a bird's eye view of what colors will blend well together by using that chart, and I really, really like it. Here you can see what colors I'm using for the Spectrum Noir markers. I am on 80-pound cardstock Nina Solar White, and I've used Memento Black Tuxedo Black ink, and that's a alcohol marker friendly ink. And so I chose these three colors because, as you can see, JG5 and LGs, you wouldn't think maybe they would go automatically together, but they do, and that chart helped me figure that out. Now on this bird, I started off with more of the tomatoey reds. If you follow Kelly Latavola, she was describing in a video recently about the difference between like tomatoey red or I guess red. I don't know what else you would call the other red. Bold, maybe. But I opted for more of the tomatoey colors here. And then I realized that the blending or the shading just wasn't enough for me. So I went back in with the very, very darkest of the reds. And that's DR7. And I just put a little bit of shading there. And then went back in with my other reds and just kind of blended that out a little bit. I thought that gave just a little bit more depth to the image, especially where the scarf would be and the top of the hat or the bottom of the hat. I thought that would be a little bit more shaded area. Okay, so I get that colored in, and now I'm going to be moving on to my little poinsettia here, and that's going to be the green leaves first, the middle is the yellow, and then I'm using some of the bold, if we're going to call them that, reds. So not the tomatoey colors, which are the CRs, these are the DRs, dark red. That's got to be what it stands for. Then what's CR stand for? Nope, I don't know. All right, so I'm going to be using these two colors for my scarf and hat. Now, this is a prime example. The caps look blue. They look blue to me, but they come out purple. So that's the difference, and that is why the hex chart, I'm going to call it a hex chart, is so useful. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with just three different colors here, and I'm going to be coloring up my ornaments. Very simple. Now, I did this card also using Arteza Real Brush pens. I don't show it, but I did do two of them. And I wanted to see how that came out, and it looks almost identical because I used the same, pretty much the same color scheme. All right, so I have my trunk done. Now I am going to mask them. I totally fibbed to you. I do mask. And I do that because I'm going to color my background. So I'm going to pull out my Distress Oxide inks, and I am going to start with Tumbled Glass, and I'm going to get that all over the image. Now you'll see how we fix the little area where the bird is holding the star. There's a gap between the little birdie's wing and his head or her head. And so you'll see me fix that in just a little bit. I'm going to put down that tumble glass, then I'm going to bring in some faded jeans, and I am just going to get a blend there. Now, I wouldn't say this was necessarily a night sky, but it is a sky nonetheless in the background. And I'm going to add some splatters of some good stuff here in a minute, and that's going to make it look like it's a little bit snowy. So I do go back and forth quite a bit between the two colors just to kind of blend those out. Then I'm going to take some of this Hero Arts iridescent liquid watercolor, and I am just going to go splatter that all over. I love this stuff because it actually, even when you pick it up with your cloth or your paper towel, it still leaves a sparkle behind, so I think that's super fun. And now I'm using a flicking technique to see if that'll work. And it does. It gets just a nice subtle background, and I could pick that up and have that distressed ink kind of not resist, you know, where the droplet look. Okay, so now the big reveal. I'm going to pull off my masks, and I'm happy with the way that background came out. Once I get that all done, I'm going to take my paintbrush and a little bit of that leftover ink, and I'm just going to dab right in where we masked off because I wasn't going to cut that out. And so that's it. That's all I had to do to fix that. I cut this down with a Lawn Fawn rectangle stitch die, and then I am going to stamp my sentiment. So my sentiment is going to be stamped with some VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. And then I picked up this Pico embellisher. I really like it. It's really cool. You get a little bubble sometimes, and you got to be careful. It takes practice the first couple times because it does come out very, very liquidy. I would say this is exactly between Glossy Accents and Nouveau Glaze. It's like, actually, I think it might be a little bit more watery than Nouveau Glaze, if I'm being honest. But I really like it, and it dries super hard. And so now they look like they're ornaments. I'm going to do a couple other embellishments here. Some lace, what is that, stickles, for where the snow is. And then some Nouveau for the glitter on the scarf. And then a little bit of Uniball white gel pen. And that is going to finish up this card. I backed it on a red piece of cardstock just to give that a little bit of a pop. And put it on a card base. And that's it. There you can see some of that stickles shining and some of that Nouveau sparkle pen. Thank you so much for stopping by, for crafting with me. All the supplies I use will be listed below, and you can check out this stamp set over at the Not Too Shabby shop. Don't forget to use your coupon code Mary10, and she still has all kinds of sales going on over there. So go check it out. Happy shopping. It's the holidays. You deserve it. I am your #1 enabler, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.